This is an actionable guide by parents who were able to get all of their kids into gifted schools. Prepare your children for the Selective Enrollment Gifted Admission Test before kindergarten and give them the chance to get a head start in life. Below are some golden tips. If your child is admitted to a selective enrollment school, classical school, or a regional gifted center, he will have a big advantage for a successful education. Selective enrollment schools provide high-quality education similar to good private schools, but for free. Most parents are confused about the public school system. It is fairly complex and offers many choices and differs from state to state. Lotteries, selective enrollments, charters, etc. You will have to read and decide on what's right for your child. However, there's really no downside to trying gifted center admissions, and the upside is quite significant. Here are some advantages. 1. Challenging curriculum. 2. Stimulating environment and classmates. 3. Chance to go to gifted level schools all the way through. 4. Higher chance of getting into best high schools and therefore best colleges and universities. 5. Free. The admission tests for classical schools tests for reading and math ability mainly. You can try to teach your child reading and math to succeed in these. Gifted centers, however, do not test for reading but more reasoning, critical thinking, spatial understanding, patterns, taking directions, memory, etc. Depending on which educational system, they might also require a minimum reading and math capability, i.e., 60% meaning better than 60% of all the children taking the test. Here are some tips to prepare your child for the type of questions in the gifted tests. 1. Play short-term memory games while driving, i.e., give a couple random words and numbers and ask your child to keep that in mind. Then ask him to do some simple operations like 1 plus 2 or counting to 10 in twos, etc. In the end, ask him to tell you the initial words. 2. Play tic-tac-toe type of games. 3. Give your child an iPad with recommended apps, listed below, on long drives, especially if you cannot engage in meaningful conversation. Khan Academy Kids is a good one for such cases. When you are taking walks, ask and comment about patterns and orders. How many trees are there? Which one is tallest? Which color is missing? What shape is the stop sign? Hexagon. Can you spot a rhombus traffic sign, etc. For read to your child with dialogic reading technique, asking about the story, relating it to other events, expanding concepts, etc. 5. Try some test prep books and cards like Gifted and Talented, flashcards, etc. 6. Solve COGAT, NNAT, and LSAT questions from Testing Mom or books. Try to start at your child's level, i.e., pre-K, and increase the level until 1 or 2 level above, i.e., first grade, over time. 7. Play spatial thinking games such as Tangram, chess with your child and comment on the patterns, i.e., rows and columns, diagonals, 2 triangles forming squares, upside-down shapes, etc. 8. Converse about your child's birth date, reading an analog clock, money concepts, dime, nickel, quarter, how to make 37 cents, etc., today/tomorrow/yesterday, the days of the week, seasons, directions, east, west, etc. 9. Start at least 6 months prior to the testing date. Earlier the better. If time is limited, you might want to supplement with tutoring from places like Cumin Academy, Sylvan Learning, or try private tutoring for reading and math. There are also a wealth of apps that are good for building necessary skills. Here are some. 1. Khan Academy Kids, a wonderful app that takes kids through a learning path that looks like a game. Works great on iPad. 2. Homer, a very well done reading app. 3. ABC Mouse, a widely used app system at schools by teachers that teaches reading, math, and other early education skills. A membership is required that also gives access to many other apps by the company. For Testing Mom, this is a specialized website in gifted testing. Provides many practice questions and also free access to many apps listed below. 5. Hear Builder. Games to improve auditory memory, sequencing, phonological awareness, and following directions, which are key for gifted and classical schools testing. 6. Dreambox Learning. Math skills using abacuses, math games, etc. 7. BrainPop Jr. Educational videos and quizzes based on the video concepts. Quizzes enforce dialogic technique. 8. Bookflix. Pairs of fiction and non-fiction book. Reads them aloud and asks questions about the story, dialogic technique. 9. Reading Kingdom. Reading skills with a unique method using keyboard typing and listening. 10. Zapsup Math. Math games. 11. Chess Kid. Lessons and games to improve spatial and thinking skills. Last, but not least, is the behavioral tips. Try to seed the following habits. 1. When practicing, do not accept "I don't know" as an answer and try to guide your child to eliminate and make an educated guess on questions. 2. Practice focused listening to the questions. Proctors read each question once. 3. Try to increase number of questions you solve at each sitting. This should help build up focus. Comment on how well they focused afterwards. 4. Take time to discuss hard questions and explain the method of thinking needed. 5. Have your child speak to cashiers when buying things to practice self-confidence in talking to strangers. Proctors will be strangers and your child must be able to separate from you for the session. P.S. These tips are relevant for Chicago Selective Enrollment Schools Testing, CPSCs, New York Gifted and Classical Schools Tests, Regional Gifted Centers, Classical Schools, Academic Centers, Elementary Schools, Kindergarten Test Prep.